Microsoft Word, showing how to format a memo without using templates in Word. A memo is a written message, especially in business. If your guardians work in a company, they receive a lot of memos from bosses or colleagues. Teachers here at Kennedy, we receive a lot of memos from administration. I'm going to show you how to format those without using a template. On my left, I have my notes, kind of in order how to format, which you should be copying down. And on my right, I'm going to show you an example. First thing you want to do is select the no spacing in the styles group. So in our home tab styles group, we want to make sure we select no spacing. Show you why in a little bit. Second thing you want to do, insert your header. All right, make sure we have our name on our page. So insert tab. In our header and footer group, we're going to insert the header. We're going to insert the blank header and type in our name. Then we're going to go to our close group and close header and footer. Third thing we want to do, we're going to create a custom margin. 2 inches from the top, right here, number 3. 2 inches on the top, 1 inch left, right, and bottom. So exactly where my insertion point is. Custom margins or margins in general is in our page layout tab. And in our page setup group, go to margins and select custom margins. And we want 2 inches on top. And this is where margins are how high our text can go from the top. Can go all the way top to the page. We want our text to start, you can see the preview here, 2 inches from the top of our page. We want 1 inch from the left where it can begin, 1 inch from the right where it can end, and then 1 inch from the bottom. You can see if I were to change it, if you look at the preview here, that's where my text would start. But we want 2 inches from the top, which we have, 1 inch left, 1 inch bottom, 1 inch right. It's already set for us. Perfect. Going to select OK. Number 4, first thing you want to do is type in 2. Now when you do the 2 from date and subject, they must be all capitalized and with a colon. And then you're going to tab. You're going to tab twice. And you're not going to colon space and then tab. What you're going to do is have your colon. Okay, I can zoom in a little bit for you. Alright, and then press tab twice. So I'm going to tab. And I'm going to type in just an example. You would type in who this is going to. And then look at number 5. I'm going to double space, which means I'm going to hit enter twice because I have the no spacing on my styles. So enter. You can see the insertion point is now at a double space location. Number 6, I'm going to type in from, or capitalize with my colon, and then no space. I'm going to do tab. So tab twice on your keyboard. 1, 2. You can see it's right in line underneath the yet. And I'm going to type in who this is from. Then I'm going to double space again. So right after the end of my from, I'm going to hit enter 1, 2, twice. Number 8, going to type in the date, all capitalized with a colon. Same thing, it's a pattern now. I'm going to tab twice, tab, type in the date. Type November 12, 2015. Number 9, going into double space. So right after I type in the date, going to double space to enter twice, 1, 2. And if you look at number 10, I'm going to have my subject all capitalized, colon, and because the subject's a little longer than 2 from and date, I'm only going to have to tab once. So click tab on your keyboard once. And I'm going to type in my subject. The subjects are generally all capitalized, especially in the memo. The subject should be all capitalized. And then from there, I'm going to double space, number 11. Right after I write my subject, enter. Alright, now I'm starting my paragraphs. I already copied them, so I'm going to paste them for us here. I'll just show you the correct way to format. So imagine I have these are my paragraphs, but they're not perfectly formatted. As I have my notes here, 12, you always want to start our paragraphs aligned to the left, which I have, and if you're not sure, I can drag, select all, go to my home tab, and yes, in my paragraph group, they are aligned to the left. And 13 in my notes says, what memos you always want to double space between paragraphs. So I have where it says last year In class, I have 2 separate paragraphs, and they're not double spaced in between. So, just like I would hit enter, enter with my to the from. All right, imagine if I started my paragraph here, going to enter, enter, perfectly double spaced. I have a space between, and I start on the second enter. All right, and I have another paragraph here, so let's double space that as well. And a big thing is, if you are not the author, you want to put your initials, and where that would go is on your last line of text or last sentence. You would double space at the end of that sentence, enter, enter. And because you see here it's from Mary, and I'm just typing it for her, I would have to put my initials. So I'd go ahead and put my initials, and I'm all done. All right. So on your right, you have a perfectly formatted memo. All right. Left of the notes that you should have copied down. We're going to be working on memos in class, but just an example to show.